Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see if anybody has found us yet. Pat Moss, of course you get. Good morning, sweetie, or afternoon to you, actually. And hello, everybody. As you find us, just share it out and come on in for a Tuesday morning cup of joy and share some gratitude. It's Thankful Tuesday. So let me see why we don't have anybody coming in. Let me just share in the messenger that we are live. Okay, there we go. People are starting to find it now. Good morning from Louisiana. I'm here in New Orleans with the wonderful Sherry Myers, who I got to spend the evening with. Good morning, Erica. All right, so let's do some heart brain coherence, which we need to do every day because it makes such a difference. Helps our mental state, it helps our heart state. Good morning, Prachetta. All right, so touching your heart center, that brings your focus to your heart. And then slow down the breathing. Slow everything down for a minute. Let that breath come in slowly and out with ease and grace. Tell yourself how much you are loved, how much you matter. You are important. And this is just your little pause for the day to realize that. Blue Jean, hi, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. And cheers, everybody, for your morning cuppa. All right, so while you're doing your check in and letting us all know how you are, I'm going to read the angel message that came through yesterday. Let's see, there it is. I was trying to get to everything. Too many pop up windows. All right, so the angel message from last night is called, Do You Think I Understand You? Thich Nhat Hanh said the present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it. Mindfulness is something we talk about a lot, but some do not take the time to fully comprehend it. It's the practice of being fully present and engaged in the current moment without distraction or judgment. It means to appreciate what is happening now rather than always thinking about the past or the future. When we are mindful, we can fully acknowledge and experience our emotions, our thoughts, and sensations as they occur. Thich Nhat Hanh taught that we cannot have love without understanding. He encourages us to ask the important question to ourselves and to each other. Do you think I understand you? And then fully listen to the answer. Dear angels, many times we give up on relationship with others because it's easier to walk away than try to work on understanding another being. We are all searching for that deep connection in our heart space with our Creator, our spirit team, and with each other. It's that connection that helps us understand the oneness. Using the question, Do you think I understand you? Is one of the fastest ways to connect. It will open up doors of communication that are essential to allow love in. Dear ones, being mindful is being aware. It's the simplicity of paying attention that makes it so powerful. Don't overthink it. or try to put more rules onto it. It's not complicated, although many of you try to make it so. If you stay with the simple question of understanding and utilize compassion when listening for the answer, you will begin to see the pureness in each other and thus move closer to the oneness of all that is. We encourage you to start with yourself and do your inner reflection without expectation of answers. If you ask the question and hear no response, perhaps there is a fear of judgment involved. Take some deep breaths and ground so that any fear is released from inside of you. Then go back in, softly and gently, and really listen for the answer. Once you are open to hearing, the answers will come. Dear angels, today I promise to ask the important questions and listen for the answers. And that is the key. It's the key to really seeing another person is when we fully listen and become 100% aware without judgment, without thinking of what they may be thinking. How many times have you said to somebody, I don't understand you, right? I've done it. I've done it usually out of frustration. I just don't understand you. I don't understand what you're saying or how you're saying it or why you're saying it. So instead of that judgmental attitude, just ask the question, do you think I understand you? And then open up the conversation. How can I understand you better? How can I just listen to you enough to understand? We have peeps coming in. Yay! All right. Joanne, good morning, sweet Joanne. And Kathy Hand, I'm so glad you're here with us. Andrea Gregg, Deirdre, hello, hello. And Lena, Elena, we missed you. Thank you for being here this morning. Rochelle, good morning to you. Sally and Tony, hello, hello. Well, I'm going to see what Kuan Yin had to say and what her word is for us today. And then I got a special present when I got here last night. Yep, it has arrived for me to look at and proof. It is the Spanish version of the tiny book. Isn't it adorable? There it is, that one. And I think it's pretty much complete. Just glancing through it last night, I was so excited and ready for it to be introduced to the world. So as soon as I tell Amazon that they can release it, then I'll start putting out that information so people can start ordering it. All right, my cards were mixed up. Thank you, Rochelle. Yes, our Lily Ortega in California, one of our P's, translated it into Spanish for me. And I'm just blown away by just the energy of it. It's beautiful. All right, so what does Kuan Yin have to say to us this morning? Let's see. Oh, whose birthday is it? Do we have a birthday going on? I know it's a friend of mine's birthday this morning, my sweet Norman in Florida. I want to wish him a happy birthday. But I don't know who else's birthday it is. Sally, share, please. And the Kuan Yin message, it's never too late. If you have forgotten who you are, know that your true self has not gone away and never will. Underneath every layer of conditioning, under all twisting and turning and trying to fit into some shape to please others, your true self remains true, ready and waiting to rise up in original gorgeousness and glory. It's never too late for you to choose to be you. I love this card, and it does go along with that message. Our true self doesn't change, but somehow we show something different sometimes, and it's because of the expectation. So sometimes we're trying to show our true self, but somebody's expectation of us twists that. And so I think going to that question, do you think I understand you, will help open up and we can see the true self of each other. And Sally, oh, you didn't mean that. Well, it is kind of a birthday, isn't it? It's been born. So, yeah, the Spanish version of the tiny book is now born and alive and ready to greet the world. So, yeah, it is a birthday. You dialed Blue Jean yesterday. I've done that before. Brookie, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? What's your gratitude? My gratitude is I woke up this morning and I woke up on time to be here. Y'all know how hard of a time I have with time zones. And when I go into a different one, then I have to figure out the alarm clock and mess with that. And so yesterday I was way off and I didn't get woken up in time to come onto the show. And by the time I woke up, I couldn't get up. I was just exhausted. So I apologize for not being on yesterday, but that's gone. This is today. This is the now moment, and we're going to celebrate being together today. Good morning, Charlie Coons. Rochelle is grateful to be here with all of us. Thank you, Rochelle. Me too. Blue Jean, that is TMI. Did you answer the phone? And Sally says, my gratitude is humor today. I'm grateful for being on the lighter side of life. Me too. Me too. I would much rather laugh than be down and not enjoying each precious moment that I have here on earth. All right, so let's get to the tiny book. I can't read it in Spanish. I apologize to anyone that would like to have it that way, but you'll be able to because it is just so beautiful. I love the energy of the Spanish book. Oh, you laughed instead of answering the phone. Okay. All right. So, from the English version of the Tiny Book of Angel Messages, let's hear a message from the angels before we get into anything else this morning. Joanne, grateful to have woken early this morning to appreciate sitting outside and taking in the quiet of the morning. Yay. And how is our sweet dingo doing this morning? I've been just really sending lots of love bombs his way and hoping that he's going to recover with ease and grace. Deirdre, grateful to see you feeling better. Oh, yes, I feel amazing. Travel is tiring. I love what I do. I enjoy the heck out of it. I love seeing things and driving down the road. But then after I get where I'm going, my body says, all right, now you go to sleep. And so I did get some good rest last night. Might have been the wine that Sherry gave me. I don't know. But, but just to relax and enjoy and be, it felt really good. So thank you, Deirdre. All right, so anybody want to choose a page? And we'll see what the angels want us to hear this morning. Prachetta, grateful for Ma'am and Angelic River family. Thank God. Thank you, Prachetta. I'm so glad you're here. 67. Do we have a 67? Yeah, we have a 67. Okay. And thank you, because we've been in the front of the book for a while now, I think. So page 67 has 6 messages. Let's see which one wants to come to you. Dingo is okay, low key. He's also on painkiller, which are keeping him quiet. grateful to have him home and resting. I am so grateful that he's home with you, Joanne. I love Dingo. He is so precious to me. All right, message number 4 says, just as your time clocks move in a forward direction, life is meant to be lived going in forward motion, not backward. I so love this message. And I remember when the angels gave me this message. It was last year. And how powerful is it just to think about that? When we look at our clocks, they don't go back. They don't say, oh, wait a minute, let me remind you of what happened 15 minutes ago or an hour ago. No, they're going to keep plugging along. They're going to keep moving. And our energy is the same way. If we try to move backwards and go into a time other than this particular moment that we're in, then it's like a resistance. And something happens that says, that's not the way it works. Something happens that brings us to a different vibration. But if we're moving forward, if we're staying in the present, and then the next moment we stay in that present moment, then we're making progress and we're being instead of reliving. We're actually living. So stop reliving and stop regurgitating and stop thinking about how things might have been or regretting the things that happened, but instead just enjoying the heck out of every moment. That's what I choose to do, and that's what I want to do for the rest of my life, is enjoy the present moment wherever I am, whatever is happening in that particular place. That's where I want to be. And yeah, there's moments that I would like to relive that were very exciting and happy, but that's there in my energy, and I can recall that at any time. But when we start going back and looking at regret and looking at how we wish things were different, then we're just going against nature. We're going against the momentum of the way things flow. So we need to be in flow. And that's the message this morning. Get into flow. The river doesn't go back, doesn't back up and say, oh, let me go over that rock again. Everything in nature goes in a forward motion. So when we start going in that backward motion and going back and living in the past, we're just not doing ourselves any favors, you guys. We're just making this thing called life something other than what it should be, which is fun and exciting and beautiful. So let's do that. Let's make a conscious choice to stay present with whatever is going on, and then in um, our reflection time, we can ask that important question that the angels gave us last night, and maybe we'll relive a moment that was transformative for us and be grateful for that. But we don't stay in the past. We just reflect and then move forward from there. Annie 7. Hi, sweet Annie. I am so close to you. I feel like I could touch you here in Louisiana. And Pat Moss says, reading about gratitude in Philippians, 4th chapter. Never read this before. Oh, cool. I love Philippians. And Joanne says, so grateful for your message of the present moment. Yeah. Sally, I really connect with the message today. Thank you. And Rochelle, very grateful that you're flying to Michigan to see your mom. Well, our Sally and Tony are in Michigan, right? That's where I just was. I spent a little bit of time there with them. And how beautiful. What part of Michigan are you going to? Maybe you're close by. All right. So, any prayer request that you all have, and thank you so much for praying for my brother Lonnie, who he had his surgery yesterday and had some really good news that they were able to do it laparoscopically instead of having to cut him open. So that was really good news, and because the healing is so much easier when it happens that way. I'm trying to find my message. Oh, there it is. Type in your prayers. So thank you to everyone who lifted up my brother, and I'll be calling him and checking on him. Oh, you're going near Detroit. Yeah, I think, Sally, I think you're on the other side of Detroit, or no, you're not close to Detroit. Okay, so Sally says, yes, you're in Allegan, Michigan, right on Lake Michigan. It's really a beautiful place. And Joanne is flying to North Carolina today to see her mom and praying that I can stay in the present moment, feeling some anxiety and reminding myself to stay calm. Yeah, because that anxiety comes from either looking back or projecting into the future of what could be. So just stay in the moment, stay present, be grateful for the moment that's at hand. And that's when the anxiety gets alleviated. So, yeah, I knew you were a little ways away from Detroit, but I wasn't sure how close it was. Oh, you're so welcome, Joanne. Let's lift your mom up and lift you up as you do your traveling. And the same with Rochelle. You and your mom are lifting you up. And Prachetta says special prayers for my dearest, beautiful Fairy Terry and her family. Special prayers for my dearest brother Prachir for his good health, happiness, and joy. Grateful for all my family here. Love you all. We love you too, Prachetta. Thank you for being here. And Sally says Becky LaFave is in Ann Arbor area, very near Detroit. Yeah, we have a few P's that are Michiganians. I don't know. I don't know what the word is. Anyway, they live in Michigan. I'm silly this morning. I love when I get up with humor instead of the grumpy, I need coffee. But I got up and made coffee, and it's really good. So, again, cheers to everyone. Michiganders, okay? Yeah, sometimes it's funny to try to make up words, isn't it, of what fits where somebody is or what they are. But what we are is beautiful family and always welcoming to each other. Blue, you have a brookie. What you gonna do with that brookie? Is she visiting? You get to see sweet Maxwell again. I love that. Good morning, Oksana. I'm happy to be happy. I'm grateful for our beautiful P family, for a lovely summer, for blessings that keep on unfolding every moment of my life. Me too. I can so relate to that message. I am just so grateful for everything in life. I really am. I'm grateful that I just got to see family, biological family. I'm grateful that I've spent time with Peas. I'm grateful to be here with Sherry Myers and her husband Dan, and just had a lovely evening with them last night. I'm grateful for good health. I am grateful for so many things in my life. If I started listing them all, I'd be here all day long, and I can't do that. I got things to do. All right, so there's Deirdre with her beautiful prayer, and I think it got cut off, Deirdre. Catherine DeSante, hello, honey. Prayers for my husband Peter dealing with a serious wound issue and for strength for me. And thank you. Thank you for sharing with us. And so if you have any other prayers, please put them in here. and I will add them to our Peapod prayer list. And I know that Blue Jean is here, and she'll put them in her grid. And I haven't seen Auntie Jean. Somebody yell and wake her up, please. And let's get Auntie Jean on board this morning for the prayers. So Deirdre, I can't remember exactly how your prayer goes. Prayers for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, and attention to human trafficking. Did I get it right? I love when you put that prayer up for us, Deirdre. Thank you. All right, so let's see what the angels want to do with us this morning. It feels like it's compassion. So let's go into our hearts. Let's find that compassion in there. Let's breathe right into where we know who we are. And the breath is the connection. So when you take that deep breath and you fill up your lungs, you're going to feel that energy sitting there on your chest in that heart space. I call it the high heart, which is right above where your physical heart is. And just breathe right into it, because we're going to open up a channel this morning. And thank you, Charlie, for putting your son Brian into the circle. All right, so first is the breath. You take that breath into the lungs, filling it up completely, and then release it out. And this next breath that you bring in, we're going to use that breath. First, we're going to ground. So as the breath comes into your lungs, just envisioning it traveling. See it going down the length of your body, all the way down and out the bottom of your feet. And then watch as this breath, your chi energy, comes out the bottom of your feet and enters into Mama Gaia. And just imagine there are roots that are attaching to our Earth Mother, to this beautiful planet that we're walking on. And just let that energy go down to the very core of Mother Earth. And now, as you're right there in the center, just absorb that beautiful crystalline energy and let that start coming back up to you, to your physical body. There may be some release as you do this, because grounding helps us to release anything that's unlike love. So bring it up, pull that energy back up from the earth, and anchor it in your heart center. Now breathe into that. Feel the strength. Feel the security, the sense of safety. And now let's let that breath travel upward. So as it goes up past your throat chakra, there may be some clearing in there. It feels like there is some opening. Up to your third eye and up to your crown. And let's watch as this channel opens up from your crown chakra, and your energy is raising up higher and higher and higher past your soul star chakra, which is where we connect in with our higher self, on up to the galactic chakra, and higher still up to the great central sun. So there's a channel of light that's open now from your crown chakra up to the highest point you can go in energy. And you're connecting in with the Creator, whatever that looks like to you. However you envision that highest being that is, just go there Open up this channel of light, of love. And as you're there, just pause for a moment and just say, do you think I understand you? And then listen. If you don't get an answer right away, that's okay. Just know that you have opened up a channel of communication. And then just expand as you're sitting in that place of love, pure, unconditional love. Let your body expand, let your spirit expand. Let it take in that love. Ask if there's anything you need to know, that you need to bring back into your heart that will help you have more understanding, not only of the Creator, Source, God, energy, but of others as well, and of yourself. How can I understand everything better? And then listen. Communication is two ways. So when we pose a question of anyone, there's a moment of listening. Now feel that love. Feel that respect because you asked the question. You opened up to hear something that maybe is very needed in your life to hear. And breathe again and pull that energy back to you. The energy of the divine, the energy that just says, I love you, period. No conditions, no strings, nothing other than love. And bring it back into your crown chakra through that channel of light. Bring it into your third eye to open up more of your clairs and your understanding. Breathe it into your throat chakra. And then anchor it into your heart center. And now just sit with that energy for a moment. The energy that you brought back from the divine, that's right there, available all the time to you. But sometimes we don't understand the fullness of it. And that's why this question that we ask is so important. It gives out a message that we want to understand. We want to know more. We want to be fully present with whoever or whatever we're communicating with. And then ask yourself that question. Do you think I understand you? There may be things that you do or say or feel that you're not sure where that's coming from. There's some confusion. So when you ask the question and then listen to see what comes forward, and don't overthink it. Just go with that first thought that comes through. And then work with that. Work with understanding. Work with compassion. And just let that be where you're coming from in your heart. Love and compassion, empathy, no judgment. Just leave all criticism, all judgment outside of yourself. Because that's not why we're here. We're not here to judge anybody. We're here to open up that communication with each other and walk each other home. And home is right here. It's inside in our heart. It's not a place out there that's nebulous that we think can never be reached. When we come into our heart, we are coming home. So welcome home to your heart and feel that love that's sitting in there. And love, as Kuan Yin says, is the energy that heals. So if there's healing that needs to take place, healing inside of you, healing in a loved one, this is where it begins. It begins in the heart center. So let's hold all of those that have been given to us to pray for and lift them up with love, lifting them up to the light. And we may not understand what's going on. There may be those we're praying for that we just totally don't get why they're going through what they're going through. But it's not for us to figure out. We're bringing them to the highest power that is, to the divine creator. We're asking the angels to lift each person up and to be there with them. We're asking Archangel Raphael if there's healing that needs to take place, physical healing, emotional healing, mental healing, whatever it might look like. We ask Raphael for a special touch from the angels for each person on our list and each person that's here right now in this moment. Whew. So let's love on each other because that is the healing. That's when we really feel that we have shown compassion, is when we start to love each other and want the very best for each other. And I see our sweet Marietta popped in. I am listening and open to receive with gratitude and joy. Yes, yes, yes. Being open to the answer. It's so important when we ask the question. And our sweet Auntie Jean did arrive. Because you looked for me with your whole heart, I caused myself to be found by you. Beautiful, beautiful words, Jean. Thank you. And that's what it is, isn't it? When we say, help me understand, how can I understand you better? Then we're opening ourselves up to receive the answer. I just love this message today. I loved it when it came through last night. And the more I work with it, I love it even better with each passing moment. All right, so we're going to share love and gratitude. So on the count of 3, 2, 1, thank you. I love you. I love you all so much. And Pat says, oh, a paper fairy just jumped out of my craft box. I love that. That elemental energy is beautiful. And we have some love and gratitude from Pratchetta, from Sally and Tony, Deirdre, Charlie Charmin, Auntie Jean. So glad you came in, Jean. Thank you, Charlie. I hope you have a beautiful day as well. Andrea Gregg, thank you. I love you all so much. We love you so much. Pat Moss, thank you. I love you. Oh, what an amazing morning together. Just beautiful to be here with all of you. I hope that your day is the best day it can possibly be. Those of you that are traveling, safe journeys, and just enjoy each moment. Enjoy the journey. You know, it's not about the destination at all. It's about getting there and each step along the way, each now moment. So as you are in your now moment, as you're traveling, just stay present. Don't anticipate, don't put forward any expectations of what might be. Just stay present in your now moment. And our reminder from our beautiful Marietta, remember to smile. Spirit magnifies incredible, loving energy, which is our smile. I love that. And I must have a Marianne on my mind somewhere. I know several. And Auntie Jean, I'm so glad you didn't miss this morning too. Love you so very much. And sweet Annie, I can't wait to wrap my arms around you and Grayson and just be in your presence. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for taking time for you. And it's my prayer that you will use these words today, this message from the angels, first for yourself and for God, and then for each other. Do you think I understand you? And let's just get to a deeper level of understanding of our Creator and of each other, and definitely of ourselves. I know there's things I don't understand about myself even, but I don't stress over it. I just ask now the question, how can I understand that better? Those feelings that come up, or actions, or fears. If you're having a fear, especially, this is important to use. And just ask, how can I understand this fear? How can I understand this sadness? Whatever it might be. Just open up to understanding better. And in that awareness is where the healing takes place. Oh, sweet Rochelle, thank you. We love you. Safe travels to your mom, and I hope that's a good visit for you. Go and flow. That's right, Charlie. Stay in the flow. All right, you all. I will not have a Peapod podcast today. Sherry is introducing me to some people I'm going to be helping here while she's gone in New Orleans. If you know anything at all about Sherry Myers, she's all about community, and they have a community refrigerator project here. So I will be helping with that while she's gone and keeping that flowing. And I'm meeting some of the people that she works with that does that. They fill refrigerators for the homeless and put food in there every day. There's food that goes in for people that don't have enough. And it's such a beautiful project. So tonight I will be meeting with them. So there won't be a pea pod. And I'm excited about meeting these people and meeting some of the neighbors. So pray that I can understand it and know what I have to do while she's away for the next month. Thank you all for being here today. I love you immensely. Stay in your heart. Stay blessed. And namaste, y'all. I will see you later. I love you.